I will always remember Theramore.
But I don't think that that's like a hot take or anything. Not liking make believe. I mean, people can not like the Green album if they want or whatever. That's fine. But I thought he would like have more substance. The way it was pitched was like he's gonna explain why the songs suck, and then he just spent 10 minutes like not like making jokes that I just didn't find all that funny or interesting. It seems like it would have been better as a 10-minute video breaking down like the chord progressions or the songwriting style, and it's, you know, what he broke down about Beverly Hills, like I already kind of disagreed with. He just didn't seem to like that it was simplistic, and that's fine. But I actually think that's one of Weezer's strengths, is writing simplistic, memorable melodies for like pop rock songs. Red's dating advice: how many dates before you get Red dating advice? How many dates before you get in for Smex? I would discuss that with the person I'm dating. Sometimes that's the first date, and sometimes that's, you know, several months later. It's up to you guys to determine. So I wouldn't say that you really need to have like a X amount of dates or X amount of time. Me personally, I would lean in towards sooner rather than later, but not as like some like kind of chauvinistic asshole kind of way. Like if somebody's like, hey, I want to wait, then that's fine. If I like them, I'm going to wait. And if I don't, I'm going to tell them like, hey, you know, I don't think it's working out. But until, you know, you have some physical intimacy, it's hard to like, you know, it's still going to kind of feel kind of exploratory, kind of friendly, which is fine. But I thought I just got 2 Deathborns. Rivers changed his whole songwriting style because the world in '96 didn't understand Pinkerton. Yeah, I'll finish the video. But I thought it was a video breaking down why the Green album wasn't good. And the first 10 minutes of the video was them playing like the verse of Beverly Hills, and then him like having a bunch of like weird cuts and jokes that weren't landing for me. I think it would be a more interesting video if he did just like, he's like, here, I'm gonna break down this album and go over like why I don't like it. I always kind of like having one of these. Let's take it. All right, let's take the Vile Fiend. Priest of the Deceased or Cable Rat. I mean, Priest is good. Cable Rat's fun. Whatever. Stranger's good. This deck's looking pretty good. Almost as good as the last one. Let's take a Courier. We just picked up a Sketchy Stranger. I don't want a Hecklebot, despite how many Hecklebots I'm offered. Murlocula or Shooting Star? I think I'll just take a Murlocula here. Not really in love with Shooting Star. I like Portal Overfiend. I think Og Merchant's probably better. When you have a Deathborn just randomly shooting out 2/2s is kind of cool. Let's take it. I like Tempest. Miss Sheep. I hate the Sheep. I hate all of these. I'm actually going to take the War Mage. But in the past, I didn't hate War Mage. I thought this card used to be underrated. And in a spot like this, I would take the dice. I would roll the dice on this. It's just, there's 5 mana 5/5s that deal 5 for easier conditions than this. We already have 2. We have a scroll, so there's ways to create spells at least. Let's go with Stormwind Champ. And Star Scryer over crap. Well, okay, these aren't crap. But I like Star Scryer. And picking up something as good as a Deathborn is pretty appealing to me. Take more Strangers over crap this time. Another Blizzard? Sure, why not? Alright, now we'll take the Muck Plumber, pass on these 2. I hate both of these cards. More than Muck Plumber, so. Let's take another Murlocula. Even if you have to play it on 4, it's fine. Spy or Pyro? Maybe Pyro's good. You could like Blizzard, Pyro Blizzard, Pyro Deathborn. I guess that doesn't do anything. Pyro Blizzard maybe. Conjurer's insane. I want both of these as well, but Conjurer's is too strong to pass. And I just don't want this Frozen Crusher, so we'll take a Spy here. How many 2s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I'm supposed to take this, but I just don't like it. Okay, I'll take the Hungry Etin instead. So we got that last 2, and we passed a 6. Now we'll take a better 6, I think. Well, that's a lot of 6s, but what are you gonna do? Probably just Colossus here. I love Arcanologist. If we had a secret in our deck, I'd be pretty elated to pick it up. But as it is, I've only got a few picks left, and this is such a good card. I would still take it over Stegodon, and then hope to get offered a secret. Let's go Worm. Worm Deathborn's probably going to happen. Deep Freeze, wow. Some very good, very expensive cards. We have a lot of spells. I'm going to take the Priest over the 1-drop. I think I want Glacial Shard here. Yeah, I want Glacial Shard. And finally, Garbage here. Let's take a Garbage 2-drop over a Garbage 7-drop. Hello, Red. I hope this message finds you well. What's up, King Charles? How are you, man?
Jaina versus Anduin.
A just cause is always worth fighting.
This deck.
This is not always the end.
I think we got a lot of good cards. I think our curve is an issue. But we had a good curve in the last deck and we just never drew any 2s, so maybe we'll have better luck this time.
Be careful.
Be careful who you trust. How's that a greeting?
Day to you.
How do you feel about Violent Worm in general these days? I think Violet Worm and Red Herring kind of fall in the same category for me, where they're both probably better than I give them credit for. They just never feel that good to draft, and then you play them, and they're so strong, and they get played against you, and they just sometimes just like outright win the game. But they're also, to me, like the type of cards that you remember every time that you play one and it gets hexed, or every time it like gets Shadow Word Pain or Forbidden Words or something. I don't know, they like, I feel like they suck up all the removal by necessity, and the times they don't, they just win. So I think it's a really good card. It just has sort of like a funny kind of connotation in my brain when it's like you should probably just almost never pass those cards. And it doesn't feel like in the meta you end up with too many 7s and 8s very often. So it's like you can kind of take them pretty safely. There are no Proto Drakes. There are no, you know, a lot of the time, like I don't even get a 10-drop. So it's like your 8s are your top end anyway. Nice to meet you. Be careful who you trust. Yeah, but you started with nice to meet you. Hey, Redbeard, I'm Brother Cakes. Be careful who you trust. What if you didn't even say your name? The song samples Tetsuro Yamashita, and I'm all about it, truly. If anybody knows anything about Redbeard, it's that I have an irrational appreciation of Tetsuro Yamashita. Where's us, Savantius? He always tells me how to pronounce his name correctly. Tetsuro Yamasha? Maybe Yamasha? I forget. This is not as good as the original, but it's good. Some of these cards hold up so well. Just classic good standalone arena cards. When's the last time Bone Mare was in the meta? We got Bone Mare once this year. And then probably like once in the last 2 years. It's got a lot of armor. But yeah, Bone Mare. Bone Mare went up to 8, right, at some point, and then back down to 7. It came back at 7, and it was a menace. It was an auto pick, can't beat dunk level of a card. But yeah, actually, I'm always interested and somewhat impressed by some of these cards' ability to like be good over long periods of time. Tar Creeper, Violet Worm. The Paladin and Goro package impresses me every time. Like, how is Spikeridge Steed and what's that other card? Vine Cleaver. Like, how is Vine Cleaver so good still? But it is. It's just doesn't matter how good the cards are that get printed after it. It just kills everyone. The only one that probably has gotten too weak over time is Bog Creeper. The card was an auto pick when it came out. Yeah, Bog Creeper doesn't hold up because of cards like there was a 7-mana, the 7-mana 4/10 Bone Shearers in this meta they've kind of coexisted at the same time. And that one just feels better than Bog Creeper now. And Bog Creeper, and Bone Tree doesn't feel like all that premium either. I hope I get Deathborn right now. Never lucky. God, I think I want to just play this in ping. This Blizzard's kind of irrelevant, right? I'm just never, I'm not never, I'm probably never gonna get a spell as good as this again from that. But yeah, there's a lot of cards like that. Like Warbear was like the top of the top when it came out and then felt really bad. Dragonmaw Scorcher, actually I thought held up better than Warbear for some reason. I have to go back and look at like the kind of iconic neutrals from every set.
Your purpose awaits.
I'm kind of screwed here. Let's just play this. I can't get to this, right? Looks like Muck Plumber was about the same win rate as Violet Worm in most classes. Kraken? Yeah, Kraken's still probably pretty good. It's been a long time. Was that in no, that one's in the Grand Tournament. It's been a while now since Northsea Kraken's been back. It's good, but I don't know how good that card is.
Where you followed.
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
Kraken's a good one. Probably overtaken now by Pit Croc. It's funny. Pit Croc, I think, was in when Murder at Castle Nathria came out, and it just felt worse than the 5-mana 5/5 that does the same thing. Initiate. It felt worse. Wait, that actually helps me, I think. I can get a stupid Sethek off the board. Oh, dang, I could have got this Bamboozle down, though. That's fine. Wait, is this a 7? Oh, okay. Alright, so we're gonna play Dirty Tricks, we're gonna play Bamboozle, we're gonna hit here. I guess I'm gonna ping this guy for no real reason. Galaka was in Kraken the last time it was in? Yeah, maybe. Oh, the Galaka Glutton? The 3-drop pirate, maybe? Yeah, maybe. I think Kraken had really respectable win rate stats. Deck and played, I think, the last time it came back still. Claw Devil. Thank you, Claw Devil. I got a 5-mana 3/3. Did Halloween start? We don't have Halloween here, so no idea. And did you get dressed, or are you going to Red? Halloween is tomorrow. Or I guess it starts in an hour and a half, but tomorrow. And no, I probably won't dress up. Probably not, maybe. Where was I? And I saw a Halloween shop. I think there was a Halloween shop that opened up at the mall for
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
for like the weekend.
That was a serious lapse.
Well, they have a deck that shouldn't lose, but they also have a level of play that is not good. So there's that. I don't want to lose my board, so I think I'm just gonna Blizzard. I suggest getting a Halloween filter because it's easier than buying a costume. Then again, nah, setting that up is too much effort. How do you do a filter?
Where you
You
followed.
just use like a browser source or something? I could probably put up a spooky filter. Remember looking like a damn ghoul. More than usual. I like this song too. I don't know. It's got, I think, what's her name? Bjork? It's kind of like babbling. Kind of look like a werewolf. True. I see it. Wish that didn't happen. We're gonna wait for
How wonderful.
a better spot for our attack into his explosive trap. And ideally, we're picking up some conjurers before he can get this off the board. Red would need to apply at least 5 overlapping filters to look like a ghoul. What about a one good filter? What about one good ghoul filter? Bump and ping. Oh great. Hey good, I'm glad my 6-drop's dead now. That's good. Really neato. Can't really kill it yet, but I guess I can kill it later. Oh, good, I drew my last spell. Neat. So many things that I wish hadn't happened actually, now that I think about it.
Is this real or
Probably would have silenced this one. And
Almost out of cards. I'm out of cards.
drawing more seems bad for them. I mean, it gets to drop 2 0-cost cards here pretty much. And I don't have much going on. They played this very poorly, but their deck is insanely powerful, so it kind of doesn't matter too much.
My compliments to the ship.
Pay attention, class.
That's not good. That's not good. It doesn't really matter. It's probably better that we can guarantee that we remove something.
Oh, a shadow.
I wield the power.
What's that last dragon? Actually not terrible to conjure that. We'll get... I just want to take 12.
A new glory.
We can't. We get 7 on once. Well, yeah, that's the point, right? Getting 7 power instead of 2 is good. We trade.
Almost out of cards.
Are we still gonna lose? We take 12. I think we are still gonna lose. Yeah, we're dead to this. Oh, that's too bad. That's a bummer. Yeah, his last card was a 9/9. Dang, that was, I'm not trying to be too salty, but that was exceptionally poorly played. And it just doesn't really matter. This deck was just too strong. Well fought. Yeah, I think we played this really well. Bad break. This puts more power on our board if they miss things, but I have to kill this. I have to not realize that they can still buff.
The light guides you.
Yeah, that's just a testament to card quality carrying you a lot more than the ability to play well. That's okay. Test secret? Well, either secret is bad for us. It either summons a minion for him, which kills us faster, or it deals 2 to our board, which kills us faster. The only 2 secrets it can be are explosive and wandering, but we knew it was explosive for like 8 turns or whatever, 15 turns. Sometimes when you cast as many Conjurer's Callings as they did, and even if you misplay 2 or 3 of them, it doesn't matter.
Victory or death!
Peace is not always the answer. Be careful who you trust.
How do you get to the point where you don't care about bad luck and hurt? I wonder. That'd be beneficial for a professional Hearth streamer. But maybe if you didn't care, you wouldn't get better. Maybe. So maybe you have to care some if you want to be good. 3 identity thefts carried them? Yeah. I mean, the whole deck, the Cathedral, the having a dragon as like his last remaining card. It was all rather fortuitous for them and unfortunate for us. Him having the dragon that swapped the stats, that put the extra pressure on us and effectively removed our minion. Him having a 9/9 and being able to put us to just 14 at the end. We were at 16 there, we're fine as well. If we draw the 5/6 before in the last like 2 or 3 turns, we're fine as well. But none of those things happened. I will double conjure that if I don't have a play. It's a good draw here, I think.
On the wings of evil.
Personally, I don't care about bad luck and hurt because I've experienced so many worse feelings in life that it doesn't bother me by comparison. I mean, not funny. It's not funny that I felt bad, but it's funny that our lives would make. Yeah, let's play that. He has a weapon. Lives make us appreciate Hearthstone more. No, yeah, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. You're gonna win that game the vast majority of the time. Your opponent's gonna lose it. It's not a big deal one way or another. Still, I wanted to win.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Is that thing so big? Did it eat both anima buffs? That's not great for me. Let's hit this one. I'm just gonna put this down. This is still probably better, but I just love getting this down when you have a little bit of room to breathe. No offense taken. I watched another one of those videos about South Sudan on YouTube, and a lot of people have it a lot worse. I'll just lose my Hearthstone games and appreciate the wonderful things I have in life. Life sucks. I think life's pretty wonderful for the most part. Some of it. Any Mercenaries fans in here? I'm a big Mercenaries fan myself. I like when other people are playing Mercenaries so that I don't have to. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I was thinking, oh, do I have to trade that? Maybe they thought they were getting it back or something. Certainly do. Very kind of XD to think about us. I'm looking forward to watching him and rooting for him in Lobby Legends.
Peace is not always the answer.
You think Deep Freeze is a good spell? Yes. It's fun. It's a fun one to watch. Mercenaries? I never enjoyed watching Mercenaries. I thought it looked very cheap and poorly made. It looked like a low quality Raid Shadow Legends style game. And I don't hate Raid Shadow Legends, but I did think that Mercenaries, like the board is lackluster, the characters just kind of look flat and uninteresting. Yeah, not a big fan of mercenaries. People can feel however they want. I've come to think about from my experience, I don't do this for a living every night, so my experience is different. Yeah. Yeah, people can feel however they want. I agree. Unless they hate Redbeard, in which case, that's fucked up. Mercenaries gameplay looks repetitive. Yeah. I'm sure there's more depth to it than I would initially, you know, I'm sure there's more depth than it appears on the surface, but that's probably true of any game, right? Like, Battlegrounds looks repetitive and simplistic, but the players playing at the highest level are doing things that other people are not doing. There is a lot of skill and depth, and if Victor or XD played 100 games or I played 100 games, they would always have a higher score than me because they're better at it, right? Because there's skill aspects that they're doing better. I'm sure Mercenaries has that too, but that doesn't mean I want to play it or watch it though, you know? Doesn't mean it doesn't look stale and uninteresting. It's repetitive unless you want to pay for coins. Apathetic One doesn't pay for coins. He mines green gems out of his nose, and when he's done, he collects green gems in Lord of the Rings. You get it? You're picking your nose. Oh wait, now I have to pick my nose. Or Crip. What about Crip? Sorry? I like Crip.
Drink with me, friend.
Right when I said that, I was like,
My compliment
quadrupled my booger output.
to the chef.
Only 3,700 gem rolls per hour, and 6 boogers. You know, I really feel like Apathetic One might be like the next Blitz Freeman. You can take this Twitch community by storm. I could have hit there first. I probably should have.
What a tragedy. Better write this down.
I never liked Battlegrounds, Mercenaries, or Duels. For me, the true Hearthstone is Arena, followed by Constructed. Well, I like Battlegrounds, but Battlegrounds and Standard and Arena are very different, right? The gameplay it's an auto battler, so you're not really playing a card game. I'm not really sure why they call them cards. You have a deck in Battlegrounds too, or like the shop, like things like come out of a deck for some reason. Probably just because the Hearthstone client is so uninspiring that this is all that it is. Like, well, we have this board and that's it. Everything must have a deck on it.
I see lunch now. Dinner.
Okay, that worked out. Could double trade the ones and just get the Merlocula down now. I think I want to do that though.
Business is booming.
How'd the Magic run go? Which one? The last one we did on stream went 7 and 2. Was the black-red deck. We haven't played since then. I played off stream and went 0, and I've given up. I've retired from playing Magic. But I have been watching the Magic the Gathering championships, World Championships. But I've been kind of like watching like 30 minutes as I go to bed. I'm like 4 hours into the first day. I play a ton of Mercenaries while I'm at work. I've maxed out all of them and I'm currently working on my EU account. Heck yeah.
They will never catch me.
I think the season ends today for Magic the Gathering. Yeah, they have like a Hearthstone system, like a monthly thing. Get to beat up on noobs again this week. I don't want to beat up on noobs. I want to play against people that are closer to my own level. Now I'm playing people that are above my level and they're all dunking me. My decks are bad. Starts a lot better while he's frozen. Get closer to level, but not quite on your level. When you're at the lower ranks, the plus or minus, I don't feel like is as like the lower level players or whatever. Like it's a big gap, but the higher level players is probably not a huge gap. Like, because sometimes you're still gonna play people like above your rank a little bit, and it's probably not like a huge gap. When I'm at like my rank, I think it's like you're playing against like the pros. are grinding it all day, every day, and are really good and better than you in general, or the people who are at your level. It's like, you're not really playing anybody below your level ever. And it's, again, in limited, I think playing people below your level is fine to an extent, and above your level, because sometimes you're going to have a better draw or a better deck or whatever, especially with the way Magic is set up, where you're not really playing the people in your draft pod. If you're playing against the people in your draft pod, I think it's a little more fair, but that's also a big time commitment. You'd have to sit down and play for an hour or 2 or 3 or whatever sometimes. So the system's better for quick play and, you know, the casual nature of it, but it's like you might just get, you know, your first pack you pick all red cards, and then the next packs everybody else just switches and they decide to all take red cards, and you're still taking red cards. Now you all have bad decks and none of you play against each other. You just play against other people. So now you're all playing against people who didn't get cut from any colors. So it's sort of like, I think that the gap in skill is mitigated a little bit more because there's a big gap in deck quality too. I saw who won. Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't really think it'll bother me too much if I did, but I prefer not to. The first couple of hours of the first day was limited Dominaria draft, and that was my favorite thing. I think they're moving into standard, and then I don't know if they do anything else after that, but I actually like watching competitive standard Magic, and I like watching competitive standard Hearthstone. Magic still has the option, whereas Hearthstone doesn't really. So. What is this hairy man rambling about? It doesn't matter. Just hang out, ramble with us. If I get a Paladin secret, it's pretty good. I mean, I have to get a Paladin secret, right?
Where you followed.
Like, I would take that, but I'm not gonna just waste the mana. Hey Merc, how are you, man? Who cares? I just like listening. What if I was saying like evil things? Like, dreads should be celebrated and cherished. Dingleberries, my favorite. You would never say something that heinous. No. Dread should be punished and ridiculed. Using a 360p to save some bandwidth, I must say you look so much better this way. To lower the quality. The better I look, I've always said. How are you, Mr. Refugee? How's life? How's life? How's the wife? That's the Redbeard Pixel variant. Oh baby, big boy, 787, that's what I'm talking about. After you cast a spell, deal 1 damage to a random enemy minion. Dude, that card is such fart. Why does it stink so bad? 1 damage? Why is this card not a 2/3? Explain this to me. Explain this to me.
Only schmucks get stuck in the mud.
You miserable little fucking insect. They should make a Hearthstone like that says swear words sometimes. Fucking little insect. I'd buy it. I don't really have a ping target if I blizzard. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't really have a freeze target. This blizzard's okay here. I think I would rather just use this. Ping, shoot, trade? The blizzard's probably gonna be better. I guess I can just trade here maybe even. I always told my friends if a Mox is being printed, hold on to them as long as possible. I've made them thousands of dollars. Wait, pardon me? Have Moxes gone up in value? I am not following. Good thing you picked this underrated card. Yeah, I was good in our deck at the time, and the other cards were so bad that I just didn't even want them. I didn't even want to think about them.
Remember the sun well.
I don't really want to pre-hit for him. It's funny, right? Like a 5-mana 5/5 that deals 5. It's a lot easier to activate and a lot better. Clearly. That's a good draw. Free thing. That's a good draw too. I'm gonna hit his face in hopes that I can get this trade. It never reduced in value and it always increases. Is it late enough in the stream for me to ask a question, or are we too busy right now? Oh, it's early enough. It's a perfect time for question asking. That's my opinion. I think that would be a good time for questions. Any questions? Let's open it up to the floor. Divine Shield is good. Stealth is... I guess it's good. It's a good draw. I'm trying to go pro in Plate Up. Can you ask Team Liquid if they'll sign me? They actually have those competitions where you can compete to go pro. That's good for me. This one would be good. And he drew a card. That's less good. Not bad. So what did that do? Gave a minion +1/+1 and gained him 6/9 health. Removed one of my minions from the game. Destroyed a minion, drew a card, summoned 4 minions, and drew him another card. That seems beneficial for him. He probably doesn't want to hero power, right? Do I ever want to split this? If I do, I have to leave that up, and that feels kind of bad. I think I'd rather split the 7. Maybe I don't even split the 7. Yeah, why split the 7?
What a tragedy. Better I
Let him kill the 7 and then split the 6, maybe. I'm off to bed. Good night, Redbeard. Hey, thanks again for the sub, Hearthstoner. Have a good night. Does Magic have an arena mode? Yes. Yeah, it's got a better draft system than arena. I have a question. I just drafted a Warlock with no mischievous imps. Should I retire? How many evil geniuses and scrap imps? Because if you've got a bunch of those, then cruise to victory. When does this come back? Right now would be a good time. I really liked having minions. Oh lord. I liked having minions. 0, but I got an Abyssal Enforcer. No, it's time to retire. That'll be good for destroying nothing. That'll be good for removing half of your opponent's 6/6 that they that they have left behind. You won't kill their minions. That's the literally only good card I got. Yeah. Stupid Hearthstone game. Stupid Hearth. Wait, these are pretty good with Stormy.
Behold the might of Stormwind! I compliment!
I was forced to pick 2 Ravasaur runs. No, you weren't. I haven't drafted a single Ravasaur run this meta. You're probably just hating on somebody cool like, I don't know who. Like an egg. That lovable egg. Should I play this? Probably not. Oh, maybe. What if we get Caligos?
I see lunch now! Dinner!
I should have played that and looked for some burn. Redbeard, you have this emote. Eddie Bot Party.
I consume.
It's better when she puts her hands up and wiggles, I think. I think the general internet consensus would be that would be preferable. Was Kick Debbie and the other options were Pterodax Hatchling. 3 mana 2/2. Oh yeah, that one's putrid. I hate that one so much. Like even when you get something good, it's still not good, right? God, there's no outcome where Pterodax Hatchling gives you a good result. It's like, oh, I got poison. Okay, well there's a 3 mana 2/2 poison stealth in the meta that I don't really like taking. It's like, oh, okay, well I got a 3 mana 3/3. Oh fuck. 3 mana 2/2 Divine Shield. Oh god. Even back in the day, there was a 3 mana 2/2 Divine Shield stealth. In one of them sets, basic or classic or something. Fucking hate that card. Poison Divine Shield. Yeah, they're still not. They're still worse than bad cards in the meta. 3 mana 5/2. Is that what it can get? It can get 3 attack. There's no stat line. That thing should be at 3/3 to start. That's my belief. Death Rattle can be passable? Yeah, but passable and good are different, right? Every card, like, it could be good. Give it Wind Fury and then put a Blessing of King on it, it's great, but the card still sucks. I think the other one was a 3 mana 3/2 Murloc that discovers a Murloc if you have another Murloc, but I didn't have no stinking Murlocs. The song I always remember is loud, but I like it, so. We like loud music, do you? Okay, well then you must be in loud music heaven. I made the right choice now? Oh, for sure. I would take that 2/2 over both of those cards. If I was Shaman, I would take the Murloc Discover with even one more pick, though. I would... Oh man, I almost wish it died. Oh, well now I'm happy it didn't die. Yeah, I would take that for sure. A 2 mana 2/2 is better than both of those. And then, yeah, sometimes you play, like, you know, a couple 1/1s on 1 or something, or you play it on 3 as, like, a 2 mana 3/3 plus a 1 drop. It can be a serviceable card. First Conjurer seems... you know, honestly, I don't even care about the Conjurer. I didn't ping. The buff here is pretty relevant. And then I'm probably gonna get 2 3/3s or whatever. So... Pinging is for chumps. I'll tell you what, if I lose this game by 1 HP, I'll eat my shoe live on cam.
Behold the might of Stormwind! No! Funnel kick! Funnel kick!
I was afraid of, Vengeful. I wanted to trade, but I guess this is fine.
I see you. Say the magic word!
Counter is annoying, but there's really not all that much I can do. Like, something's getting countered, or I guess if I'm giving him a copy, it's pretty bad. Okay, I changed my mind.
A little greed goes a long way.
Because a counter I think is fine there. I think I would rather, if it's mana bind, not give him a deep freeze. Your turn. That was a good turn. Who said you're gonna eat your shoe? So essentially, I'll eat my shoe. If I lose this game, I'll eat my shoe. How do I say it? Man, eat shoe.
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Know the true essence of fear.
Peace is not always the answer.
Peace is always the answer. What the hell are you talking about? Damn game lying to people. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm doing okay. I mean, relatively speaking. We have, I don't know if you care, Arms. We have 2 Cosmic Eclipse Pokemon packs to open. Neato. That's a big thing where I come from. In the Poke world. I walked to the market today. I bought paper towels. I bought I don't know. It's kind of walking aimlessly. 2 cosmic eclipses? Wow. Yeah, right? I think you're being sarcastic, but it's truly incredible. Incredible day. Should I ever just ping that? I don't know. Maybe I can get the buff. What do we want to draw? Man, I was gonna say we have no 4s. We really have like no 4s. I think I probably just have to play this. I suppose if I pick up like a... what if I play that? I kind of don't want to play that now.
No. Trust me.
Oh, that's a great draw. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna save that. What in the fuck was that story? These kids these days with their Pokemon and their twiddling and their tweeting. Oh, my story going to buy paper towels? Yeah. I spent $50. I bought some chicken breast. Figured, you know, maybe I want some. Maybe I want to cook it up, put it in some food and eat it. Oh,
Chill out.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense to kill that one. He's gonna gain, unless he like gains more life and then loses more life. Play that. Maybe this is the play instead of the 5. Post streamer soup recipe, cooking stream win. What do you think of the PCG? What's a PCG? Is that the new drug the kids are taking? I say stay off of PCG, kids. It'll fuck you up. Be careful. I took PCG once and this is what happened to me, just once. I'm waiting for the Redbeard merch apron with Red's body painted on the front of it. Ugh, like naked? Yuck. No one will let you in the kitchen. Gordon Ramsay will ask you what the hell you think you're doing, selling soiled chicken or something. Call you a donut. Pokemon community game. What is that? Is that the card game? I like Pokemon. I saw in the news they're sneaking the PCG into children's Halloween candy. Stay safe out there. You don't know this? I don't know what words you're saying, no. I don't mean to be offensive. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Unless you mean the Pokemon card game. What's the Pokemon community game? It's like a game where we all dress up as Pokemon, go to somebody's house, and make sweet, disgusting love with one another? Because, yeah, I love that game. Team Liquid Redbeard apron to be worn without clothing. Oh no, not again. Do I do this? Or do I do this? I don't know. It's a Twitch chat Pokemon game. I don't know what that is. Where do I find out more? It sounds cool. I like games. Here, let's play a round of PCG. Obama snow. Barack Obama snow. I'm surprised you don't know it's getting quite big. Well, you keep telling me you're surprised I don't know about it. Are you gonna tell me about it or no? Because if you did, then I might know about it then. And maybe I'd love it, and maybe we'll play it. Maybe we'll become the 2 greatest Pokemasters. Order? Order? I don't think so, Tim. 3-6-3, not 3-3. We froze the 3-6. And we traded the 3-3. And also that's not an order, right? There's nothing to do with the order with what you said. But we also didn't do what you said. So, you're 0 for 2 there, buckaroo. I need a scrap. I need a Etten. No, I need a Deathborn. Do I yuck away a Blizzard? I really don't want to. I might want a Blizzard and not kill it to set up for a Deathborn. The developers are doing an amazing job. It's a community game. It's free to play extension for Twitch. Streamers who add this to their stream can have their chat catch, trade, and battle their favorite Pokemon. Oh, interesting. I'll look into it. That sounds fun.
My brood will survive.
If even to enable, like, maybe after her, if it's, like, distracting or something.
A little healing goes a long way.
It's like now we can Blizzard here. And we can do this. And I can play a Bamboozle.
Side effects?
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay with that. That becomes a Sharvara, huh? Actually kind of annoying. I could like ping them all. I guess I could ping them all. Then he gains another 4 life. I guess I'd rather give him a Sharvara than give him 4 life. If I hit there and go face, I get 1 less 2/2. If I ping there, I give him 1. Never mind. That's not a Sharvara. That's better for us anyway, I think. The greatest Deathborn of all time? I don't know about that. It's not bad though. I'm still leaving him with a minion. I'm still giving, he's still keeping a minion. We've had some just kill 7 minions, summon 7, right, I'm sure. For a minute, I thought I wasn't gonna roll a 5 mana 3/3. That worked out well. God damn it. God, it's so good. I have to give up this board to use it though, so. It's probably not worth it to get 2 6s and get rid of 4 2/2s. I'm impressed that you took the feedback we gave about Cycle of Hatred and then printed Deathborn. Yeah, they love that.
Stone Legion, to me!
Alright, so he kills 2. I get a Pyroblast, I win the game. Darn it. Get out of my way. You know those 6 drops would be 3 5s or something. Well, I get to pick that one, right? So I should at least get something. Get something. That's not good for me. Oh, that kind of was though. That's okay. Put him to 2 so he can't tap. I guess I trade so I'm taking less damage. It's funny, I could use this, but then I just get 1 spell that doesn't change ever. The benefit is I could use it this turn, which could kill him, or I could like delay the game a turn if I got like a Blizzard or something. But if I was at like 14 or 4, then I think you might maybe have to do that. Whereas here it's like you just get the spell this turn. We cast it and we got a Primordial Glyph this turn. What if it was bad this turn? Go wait another turn. Yeah, that was probably the lower end of what you can get for 6s. The 4/7 taunt. Maybe not. You could get
Versus Nemzi.
the 4/4
Not in my kitchen.
auctioneer.
This is not always the answer.
You could get the 6/4 dragon would be pretty useless. Red, you're so tenacious. Good job. I feel very tenacious today. Thank you for noticing.
Be careful who you trust.
I hope everybody's getting their fill of the Halloween emotes because they're changing back soon. Today, what did you just say?
Where you followed.
Right? Reckoning always seems like the card to take. I'm just gonna take it. That sticky situation is good too, but if he uses the coin this turn, it might be a while before we get it.
It'll be our little secret.
Good, get him out of here. Bring back Red Youth. Red Youth is coming back, baby.
Not understand
Just what I always wanted. What could I draw that would even use this turn? Nothing. So I'm basically just skipping my turn. Well, ain't that a kick in the teeth? So I guess I'm down to just trade here then. Wish that I was casting the 2-drop rogue spell. And feel bad that I have drawn as such.
For your
Pokemon spawns every 15 minutes. Everyone earns money and can buy balls and other things. Battle with teams. There are events and tournaments all the time. That sounds fun. They should reach out to me and offer me money to showcase it on stream for them. I'm sure they can charge people, right? You said people can spend money. If people can spend money, then the devs, they could spend money. You could give Redbeard some of it. Is this Blizzard ever it? Maybe.
It's about to get very cold.
Wow, it's a great threaten. It's about to get very cold. Can you finish your run soon? Blizzard said it's my turn to draft the Deathborn. That's funny. That's the best joke of the night. Like he said, like there's only one Deathborn when one person has it. Everybody else has to wait. Spectacular. You're moving up in this world, Wobble, you know that? You really are. You're doing great. Wish that wasn't happening. Or remember when you were a kid and you had to like share something? We always had to share everything. We had to share the one spoon if somebody wanted to eat cereal. Back in the Redbeard household. I was thinking earlier today how I missed being a kid. Yeah, being a kid's so great. But there's also a lot of bad aspects to being a kid. Like when you only have one spoon in your house and somebody else is using it. And they're eating like this. And I'm all like, come on, dude, I don't even want it anymore. So I used to eat soup with my hands. We had to share one toothbrush. Yeah, I remember those days. Last week, sharing a toothbrush. Stop this. Right now. He's gonna go to fatigue. Dude, all my guys are gone. You little scum. Good Blizzard here. I'm just gonna deep freeze. I hated sharing my dad's underwear. Yeah, that was the worst. Daddy's underwear. Very big. Just fell down. Very stinky. God damn it, Dad. Wash your keister, Dad. Chat knows. Chat knows about these things. 7 mana. What's he playing? Something? Family floss? Ew, now you've gone too far. This guy has drawn so many cards. Only 8 more than me. Play cards that die to Deathborn, please. Thank you. What if I don't cast Deathborn? We bump, we trade, we bump. We can't ping if we're playing that. So we'd have to bump and trade and trade and push 1. Feels bad. Only 8 cards so far, true. Have I drawn any extra cards? I drew a spell out of my deck, didn't I? Yeah, Starscryer. Okay. Mage. I should have
It's about to get very
written that, sorry. Trade, ping. I could conjure that maybe. But then I can't ping the 3/3. Evil Mage will win. Are you talking to me?
Business is booming!
Yeah, it's okay. Alright, play the lackey, but don't let it be dragon. Oh god.
It's about to get very cold.
I'm not trying to BM him, I just think that's a great... isn't this some freezing stuff? I'm just telling him it's about to get cold. I wanted him to grab a sweater. I was worried about him. Jerry's game experience. Don't worry about Jerry. Jerry's gonna be fine. What if Jerry can't afford a sweater? Then I will make one out of my own hair, my own discarded back hair for him. I'm assuming Ysera is coming.
Impressive. You win this time.
A QR code just opens up the last website in your browser history. In mine? Not mine. Not mine, no ma'am, no sir. I definitely don't want that smut. Stop going to the Discord.
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine.
Peace is not always the answer.
Mods, new chatters talking about our Redbeard again. You want to ban Wabble? Hey, I amaze. Thank you for the follow. I amaze. I amaze. Hi Redbeard, I love you. Hi John, Long John. How are you, man? I like you. I didn't see any of you at Wobbleween last night. What is Wobbleween? I've never heard of that. Deformed Poet has come online.
Where you followed?
I can show you. I don't want to see the Wobblepeen. I said Wobbleween. I don't have a magnifying glass on me, so it doesn't even seem possible right now. I need a 3-drop.
Got something to hide.
So it's a risk coining this out. Sketchy stranger. Probably perjury.
The food is getting cold.
You fell right into my trap.
Show me!
This card's good. That's a good pick.
Where you followed?
Just always feels like I'm supposed to take Reckoning. trade and play it, but then it's really only doing 1 damage. I'm gonna greed and push these. What I like about this is, no, Warlock can't really tap as much if I push this damage now. And if I'm just trading both in like this turn on my turn, that's great. Might not work out that way. You could like free kill, evolve it. Get kind of bad. Problem is with your 690 viewers, you get a bit spammy in chat. That's good. Spam in chat helps me out.
Show me. They're on to us.
And I don't have to think about Hearthstone. So I want to play this with this coming out. Suppose next turn, if I really want to, I could do these two, depending on what he does here. This card is kind of nice when your opponent has a handful of lackeys, because 3 mana for a lackey is just a lot. Reckoning can kill Abyssal. Wouldn't that be nice? It would be nice. Wouldn't that be nice? Abyssal can just kill Abyssal, though. Abyssal can kill him.
On wings of evil.
Wouldn't be as spammy as when Zelda visits. True. True. So true. Try to pop off. I think I'm just gonna do this. Well, if you don't mind that, then I think you could like it. Beware, it's highly addicting. This is good to give people warnings of highly addictive things. Does anybody know if Kappa from the Japanese myth a Murloc? Does anybody know if Kappa from the Japanese myth a Murloc? What? Somehow makes more sense when shuffled.
Jaina versus Jaina.
All I ever wanted was to study. Peace is not always the
The
answer.
chair looks kind of rigid and uncomfortable. You're contractually obligated to sit in it. I am not contractually obligated to sit in it. And I find the chair to be quite comfortable, supportive. I think this has improved my streaming experience immensely, considering my old chair I got from the dumpster. It's adjustable and it's got like 1,000 knobs on it. This is just how I like to set the knobs. I don't want to lean too far back and I'll probably take a nap on stream, you know? It's that cozy. Yeah, I think it'd be very hard to go back to sitting in like a regular computer chair after owning a nice gaming chair.
Got something.
But no, I don't have to. I could say it's shit if I thought it was shit, which I don't. And I don't have to use it if I didn't want to.
It was
I do.
not tidy.
Show me.
I mean, it's not that bad because I don't have 4s in the deck. So I might have wanted to ping anyway.
Show me.
That's an upgrade. Probably. I want to cast a spell.
The food is getting cold!
So how many 6s do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. 11, 12, 13 over 4, 10 over 6. A third of our deck costs 6 or more. This deck feels heavy, man. I guess it is heavy. Very nice to have the Deathborn in the Mage Mirror, because whoever plays the last Deathborn oftentimes will just win. But if you don't even have it, then you just lose to Deathborn. Right? At least we can respond to a Deathborn. 6s.
Behold the might of no wind!
I'm okay with this. We'll have a Conjurers probably at some point this game. If I had fewer cards and more mana, the evocation would be nice, but I think we wait on it. It's like there's a lot of like if you get remove this from the game, that's probably worth it. But outside of that, probably not. Would you trade your chair for Dreads' Herman Miller though? I've never sat in it, but I would not trade it for Dreads' specific Herman Miller. No way, never. It's got old man stink. It's got old man stink written all over it. Best case scenarios, it smells like grandpa. Worst case, and probably much more likely, it probably smells like gamer grandpa who doesn't wash his legs.
Turtle.
Meteor, it's his own guy. Wow. Wow, why is he doing that? Is he helping me?
Behold the might of Stormwind.
Planets and stars! Power for the taking!
Imagine where his legs swing since his feet can't reach. True. He is short. He is shorter in stature. Blizzard comes out before the worm dies. That's good. I went from a rave to a hotel, falling asleep with my clothes on, to driving in a car for 4 hours straight to work in the same clothes, smelling of weed and hooker sweat. I hope they learned their lesson scheduling me the day after a trip. Couldn't you request an extra day off? Wouldn't that have been the slightly more responsible thing to do? Perhaps. But that's a young man's game. I remember when I worked at Target, I'd have like weird days like that where you went out all night and then went to work and wasn't good. He has a conjurer's calling. That's very bad for me. Diddle dee dee. This will require a tetanus shot.
Followed.
These are mostly useless. It's almost Halloween. Getting 1 off required a power move. 2 would have required a do it or I quit ultimatum. Why don't you just call it? Can't you call in sick? Just be like, hey, I took these days off and now I'm sick. I'm sick.
Is it cold?
Stop, dude. Not everything has to be frozen forever.
Stone Legion, to me.
This doesn't feel like it was fair for me.
They're on to us!
I think I might still just be dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna die. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm dead. He froze for a long time. Maybe I get a cone. In Arena, are all the cards of the same rarity offered with the same weight? No. There's like a incomprehensible
Mage one day. Just wait.
thing. Like they're all willy-nilly. That's what happened. He blizzard and then froze and BGH'd. He played a 0 mana at 16/16 with Rush. Conjured into 15 power from his 8 drop. I guess that's fair. South Red, what's up, South Red? Thank you for the subscription.
For Doomhammer.
Also hot in here, no.
It's not always the answer.
Too cold to open up the door. Maybe I take my sweater off. Down with homework. I like getting this out against a shaman on one. Being able to kill the totems can be valuable. He plays a 2 mana 3/2, then I guess we have the taunt.
You're paying for
Plays a ping, it's well a little worse. As long as you don't smell like red, that's fine. You don't want to smell like Redbeard. Tell you that much from personal experience. Going as a stripper is a smart move, gets out of having to buy a costume. It was like in Bert's cosplay contest, somebody came as Amaranth. That's funny. Bert said he was sure he was gonna win. It wasn't Bert that came as Amaranth, I hope. I hope.
You like to play with fire?
I burned my own guy. Actually, I kind of don't want to do that. Maybe next turn we do. He won the cosplay contest, but not as Amaranth. But was he the judge? Wasn't he the judge? This feels unfair.
You followed.
This guy plays a secret, and it's a counter spell. I'm gonna lose my cool. He wasn't the judge? Oh, okay. But he paid for the judge to attend. He did. I recall.
Got something to hide?
I was gonna say something. Cosplay, strippers. Yeah, going as a stripper is smart because you don't have to buy a costume. You could just take off your clothes. Yeah, that's smart. Is that where we're going with that? Yeah, yeah, that's smart. Maybe I'll go as a stripper. I hate you, waffle stomper. You've had some smoking hot Deathborn action in this run. Well, that's the absurdity of the card, right? It's always good to destroy your opponent's board. Always good to spend 6 mana to deal 14 damage and summon a 10/10. I take it that's you committing to a nude stream tomorrow then? Maybe not on this platform. Maybe on my OnlyFans. My fans only? What is it called? Maybe on that dirty, dirty website.
What a tragedy!
Yeah. Wait, the card just heard about my nude cosplay stream? Ew, yuck. Come on. If Red has clothes on, I'm out. Only beards. I'm not typing only beards into my computer, but I'm curious if that's already a thing. Onlybeards.com. Did you mean only beards? Beards only Instagram. Wow, all these guys are so hot. Why don't they put any... What the hell is that guy doing, dude? Okay, not my type. Well, I mean, what being a man, he's already kind of out, but this guy's like naked on a cloud, holding his donger with a beard. All these guys, they look more symmetrical and much buffer. This guy looks like he's getting ready to take a dump.
Put it on paper.
Only downstairs beards. Just like completely smooth everywhere else. I guess that some people probably have that type of composition of hair and stuff. When they invented cameras, probably. This is a trend. Where's the music?
Jaina versus Throne.
For Doomhammer.
Peace
Send you
is
300
not
coins to keep your
always
cheeks
the
pinched together, poet. I said 3,000. I'll pay what it takes to keep poet's ass cheeks covered and pinched together. I feel like if anything, I'll be saving some methane emissions. Doing my part to protect the environment. Stinky Australian man.
Got something to hide?
Pardon me. I'm too amused myself. Is it not normal to be shaped like a Christmas tree? I'm more shaped like a fat cartoon character these days.
The food is getting
Show me!
You're my hero. Oh god. You had to weave the bush light scene into the medieval tapestries. That could be a disaster for me.
I'm bringing the party.
God, I hate this 3-4. Me too, Nev. Oh. Me too.
I don't need any of
Okay, that didn't do much. I am terrified of the Bran.
Uninvited.
So what are the best things I can get from that? Bartender's great, but I don't have any secrets. Alagos. I could get the Kel'Thuzad. I think we wait and we find a removal spell. Life Sentence or like even a cone this turn could be okay. That I don't want. Yeah, I hate that 3-drop. It's actually been played against us 3 or 4 times now in the last like 5 games. It hasn't been as bad because we don't have 4s, so it hasn't. Only once it caused us to skip our turn, and we were able to ping, and we don't have 4s, right? So a lot of the time we're playing a 3-on-4 anyway. We only have 2 4-drops in our deck. Wow, this actually was, man, this card feels like it's performed really well too. It's just so few removal spells. If he didn't get the 2 damage, we might have been able to light him up with a Blizzard there.
Time for the finishing touch.
I really don't want to give him cards. The problem with playing the Blizzard is we just give him cards next turn anyway. So let's take this now, and then this way we can get 2 cards down this turn. The game wants you to do it for the content. This, yeah, I think out of necessity of needing to spend all of our mana this turn, we have to do it. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I was about to mute. B-Bart, what's up, man? How are you? I have a Blizzard here. I can Blizzard and ping the thing and draw a card. It's somewhat serviceable. What if I play this? I just get smoked. Let's Blizzard. Let's ping. And I was gonna trade, but now we can Deathborn. The thing is, he could drop like a Fire Ellie and hit us in the face with it and draw a card, or a Lightning Bolt and cycle it. I don't think that's the worst idea, depending on like what else you have going. Drawing cards seems beneficial. Yeah, it's nice. You could also evolve those minions, yeah, but they're pretty irrelevant.
I am the harvester of wrath. Would you like to learn why?
That worked out kind of poorly. Okay. Deathborn says thank you. Deathborn says thank you. Healing Totem says fuck you. Redbeard.
You love my new recipe.
Flips my guy, trades my guy. Heals his guy.
The Fire Lord calls.
Darn it. If I hit here, it goes to 3. Then I can ping there and play it. If I trade here, I just get the same amount. So let's just hit here. And then let's ping here because it's not frozen. I typed that before the Healing Totem. I have so much delay because I'm on my phone. Yeah. Without Healing Totem would have been fine, but that's the thing, right? It's like Deathborn is pretty much always going to be fine, right? This card is broken? Yeah, Deathborn should cost 7 at least. Deathborn should cost 7. You could make Deathborn like an honor kill, maybe. Honor kill, summon the skeletons. Now I kind of want to ping. Actually, this is pretty bad now. Monday morning. Ooh, I hate Monday mornings. Is it Monday? I never know what day it is. I actually don't mind Mondays. He was acting so clean shaven. That way you make it unplayable. Oh, it would be plenty playable in Arena still. But nobody cares about standard anymore. People are going crazy for arena. Really should just balance the cards for arena. Merc gifting one to Veritas. Is Veritas here? Should I force him to do something? Actually true. What's up, bunny? Well, let's put it this way. Nobody cares about standard and nobody cares about arena still. How are you, man? I'm glad that Bunny Hopper's here and I'm getting some wins so he doesn't think I'm a pathetic gamer. Rip Veritas, rip Tony, and rip Dreads' balls. Now that there's an actual, ooh, I am gonna do my traditional games because I'm gonna get my card back. I feel like Merc has been subscribing me to the entire arena community at the moment. What a beautiful guy, yeah. Did Veritas even, oh, there he was. My favorite has been Orion. Yeah, I was high on Orion the first day or two. I think I drafted Orion on the second day of the expansion and had a 12-win run carried hard by that card. So if they announce 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks or 10 days, maybe we'll do a standard stream or two in between. That'd be kind of fun.
Jaina versus
You're already a legend, Red. Don't worry about it.
Your soul shall be mine.
Peace is not always the answer.
Peace is not always the answer.
Let's keep it 2. I'd watch you making a legend run. What if I make it to legend and then it culminates in a battle against Bunny Hopper and then he beats me 14 straight times? That'd be pretty good. That'd be pretty good for him. Some legends have faded into meth. Yeah, like Beowulf. Sorry, I have got to pull out 6 nose hairs. Give me a moment. Arena's way better to watch than ranked. I mean, some people like one, some people like the other. I like watching constructed. I particularly prefer really, really high legend constructed. So I like to watch people going for top 10, rank 1, Bunny, Tice, Asmo. I like to watch that. I don't really like to watch people play in dumpster legend. And then if there was a big world championship, the seasonal championships, I actually really liked watching those. I wish they would bring that structure back for the Hearthstone esports. I'd unsubscribe and you'd subscribe Bunny Hopper and probably hang out with them at the next TwitchCon. I would not be opposed to hanging out with Bunny Hopper at a TwitchCon. I prefer watching Arena and playing ladder. Yeah, I think, for me, I hate watching Arena. Please, God, don't make me watch Arena. But I also play an awful lot of Arena, so. I would really prefer not to take 6 if I could. Dang it. Maybe he has to respect this card and fear me popping off with it. I got a double Replicato Paladin the other day, Red. Did it go 12 wins? I know you love that card. I took it once or twice this meta. Maybe twice. I took it once in a Priest deck, I think, that had some buffs. And it was good. It's funny how, I don't know, everybody associates that card with you and Judge still. It's funny how things like that sort of and maybe it's just my perception because I always do myself. So whenever it comes up, I always mention it. I feel like other people do mention it though. He got murdered in the first game by a Shaman and then went 12-1. Not bad. It's like Merps Hunter. I love Merps. Man, I was drafting so much more Hunter than the Grinning Goats in that meta specifically, and he coined the phrase Merps Hunter. It was such a scam. That was certainly Redbeard Hunter. I had an 11-win average over 14 Hunter runs. Not right, I tell you what. Now, everybody be honest who played Mercenaries. Shadow Wanathan and I are going pro in Mercenaries. I will not have you slander the great name of Mercenaries. I think the reason it always gets talked about with Judge and Eyes for the first expansion the card existed, it was seen as a terrible card and the win rate supported the view. Yeah, I think I think I agree. It's one of those kind of seemingly what if I blizzard first? Soften up this weak. It's one of those rare like Hearthstone cards that's like really skill intensive and really deck dependent. Like it's like, oh yeah, like of course Deathborn is good. Everybody knows it's good. Its win rate says it's good, and you don't have to really be particularly skilled to utilize it to some beneficial point. There's just not a ton of like bad cards that need to be played really highly skilled with a really high skill level that then, you know, the perception changes. I don't even know of that many other cards I can think of. Dred still thinks it's terrible, but he's a potato. It's not fair because Dred's just asks his chat for help all the time, and that's not right.
Almost out of time.
These books are ruined.
Nice to meet you.
I'm not sure if this is right. It is what I did. The only other one that comes to mind is Sporling. Do you think Sporling's good? I hate Sporling. Am I supposed to like Sporling? I don't want to like Sporling. Could just rip that, but that deals 4 to his face. This deals 2 to his face and saves me 7 health, so 4 went face. I think I wanted them all to go face. Like, killing the Geddon seems bad right now.
The culprit was not tidy.
I don't think it's amazing, but I think it's better than it's given credit because it requires some skill to play well. If you play it poorly, it usually benefits your opponent more than you. I could see it. Okay, 10 wins. Gotta get 2 more wins, otherwise Refugee's gonna fire me. 10 wins is impressive with this deck. I thought this deck was very strong. Okay, that's not true. I think the deck has a couple of very strong cards. Conjures, which I think can single-handedly carry a run. Deathborn, which has single-handedly carried this run. And a buttload of 2s. Having a buttload of 2s sometimes in a mage deck, I feel like can just be a recipe for success. Hello, Ed Sheeran. Hey, Gap. How are you? I wish I was Ed Sheeran. Wait, maybe I don't. I'd have to like go around singing. I don't know, dude. Ed Sheeran age. He's 31? Okay, yeah, I wish I was Ed Sheeran. He's younger than me? I thought he was like 45 years old. The guy looks horrible. Well, Plumber's another one. A little easier to play, but I think skilled players can make that card pretty oppressive. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I hate Mug Plumber, but I see the skill aspects of it. I see the value of it. I just don't like it. But
I don't need any of you.
I have one and it's been okay. Shaba loves that card, and Taz likes that card, I think, or loves it. I don't know. Hit. It's no good. Deathborn is good. Maybe I just hit here. I just don't want to. Just don't want to do that. Nico, thank you for the follow, Nico. I was just thinking we could use a buttload of new followers, as always. 3 need to die? That's so many. Interesting. I mean, why trade them then? He must have some healing or something. Right, did you check out the Lakers with their first win of the season? I saw that they won a game. I haven't watched the highlights or anything. Card locks people out of the game if you play it at the right time. It's really unfair. I think my issue with the card somewhat is you don't know when it's like, you know it's locking your opponent out, but you kind of don't know. I kind of hate cards like that, like Duster too. The same concept, but it's like you're assuming it's doing something great, and it probably is, but you don't really know. And I kind of hate that aspect of it. Boy, everything's gonna heal. You know, it's like, oh, I can't see. What's another card? There's like other cards like that. I don't know what they are, but you know, they're out there. Oh, they're out there. Let's see. Deathborn seems good. It's gonna be able to evolve that, but what if I do this? Yeah, I mean, he's kind of pinched on board space, right? Thanks, Nathan. Typical Amy move. That girl loves crushing her opponents with unfair cards. Some of us just want to be crushed. I mean... Watch out for a stone, right, Red? Hey, somebody already played one against me this run. I hope he evolves it again. I don't think he will. I could freeze it. Oh my god, please evolve that. You definitely want to evolve that. No, don't do that. Crush me too, please. Sweet. Not everybody can be crushed. Well, at least not at the same time. You'll have to get you're gonna have to get a third party crusher, professional crusher. Hopefully he doesn't play another Ysera and then awaken the ward and keep 2 Yseras. God damn it, Bobby. I want to play this. Yeah, let's just do this. Just better on our mana. Next turn we can get a Glacial Shard down if we draw it. It's not a Lightning Storm. I actually want the minions to get healed. I don't want my minions to all die here though. Who's Bobby and why do you hate him so much? Bobby is my son. Bobby wouldn't let him play on the N64 back in the day. Everybody let me play on the N64. They wanted me to come over to teach them. Okay. Capiche? Catfish? Oh my god. So many discounts. Wow, face? Face is good for me. Hob fuck. Oh, sorry, knob fuck.
Eat your flesh!
That boy ain't right, Peg. That boy ain't right. The guy got 10 wins with Healing Rain in his deck? Yeah. One good or bad card does not prevent you or guarantee you any wins or anything. The friend I had who had an N64 is in jail for murder. Is that true? It's a sad story. It's a sad turn of events. Let's move on to something happier. Redbeard, about to go 12 wins. If you're watching on the YouTube, you know what to do right now. Well, you probably should have already. Hit the button. Hit the subscribe. click over here now. Leave a comment down below. And F Muck Plumber. Pure, thanks for the follow, man. Oh man, we switched to daylight savings and now I'm losing 2 hours and 2.5 hours of the stream. What the heck?
You asked for it.
The hell are you doing with your life?
Not always the answer.
Yeah, I don't know. When does daylight savings officially happen here? I guess it's different everywhere, maybe? Did it already happen? Oh, it's happening in a week. I already feel like I go to bed at 7 or 8 and it's dark out, and it's getting dark at like 6 o'clock. Get like 8 hours of sunlight this time of year. For anybody who likes the sun, perhaps this is not the best time of year. For those of us who despise the sun, however, such as Redbeard, this is like being in vampire heaven. I hate the sun, man. Can't get over it. Just hate the sun. I love winter. I'm not sure if I love winter. We'll see. I loved winter in LA, but most of the time it was 70 degrees. No, I hate it when it's 70, man. It's too hot. I love rain, me too. Actually, I think it's supposed to rain all week. Went to the supermarket today and actually picked up some groceries. Oh, when it's like straight lines, it means it might rain, I think. When it's like dotted lines, it's like, is it even gonna rain? It's gonna like drizzle for like a little while. Yeah, it'll rain for sure tomorrow, probably tonight. Wait, it's gonna rain all night? Oh, no one's gonna be trick-or-treating here. It's gonna be like raining from 4 p.m. until they're pretty sure 1 a.m. Nobody's trick-or-treating tomorrow. A little bit of rain the next day. Okay. Hey Leah. Good morning, Red. How are you? Good morning. How are you? Good morning. You stupid mole.
Got something to hide? Be careful who you trust.
Usually hate winter, but this year for the first time I'm living in a place built earlier than the last 100 years, and none of the cold got in. How cold does it get there? That was the only spell that could have been revealed, but allow him to draw a card. Want to let that be known.
Where you followed?
This helps my infuse. I hate kidnap. It was a warm winter. I think it constantly raining through the whole thing made it feel less cold. Sometimes the clear days here are colder, they say, than the rainy days. I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's like the wind. Maybe like the wind blows the clouds away and makes it colder, maybe. I'm not a weather man.
Planets and stars! Power for the taking!
Let's get this down now before he can Deathborn our board away.
They're on to us.
Show me!
Did you put on an extra kangaroo pelt to stay warm? To you, it would still be warm. It gets to be like the single digits in Celsius here, which I find unbearable. Single digits is cold. 9C to F. Yeah, that's pretty cold.
That should upgrade. Probably.
Sometimes it gets colder than that here. But I will say, coming from LA to shit. Coming from LA to Oregon, it's a lot colder here. Like LA is like, not cold at all.
They're on to us.
But man, like showers get warm so fast here, like 1 second. And the wall heater here has got me sweating. I like never turn it on because I'm fucking like the lowest temperature and I'm fucking sweltering in like 10 minutes. I don't know, I guess because it gets it's not so cold here in Southern Oregon, but it's cold enough, I guess, that people are like, well, we're gonna have heating systems at work. Last house I lived in had no insulation. That was a problem. It's basically the same as being outside, and the house offered no protection. What the hell? They make houses like that? Why would they make a house like that? I wonder. The same as being outside? That's not good. not a good temperature to be. Houses are poorly insulated in most places, so actually inside in winter it can be really cold. In Australia, that is. It's to protect us from the summer. Doesn't insulating it keep you cooler in the summer too, though? I actually don't really know. I'm not a insulation master either. Although sometimes I wish I was. You remember how I described my old place? It was a complete dumpster full of cockroaches. I'm not talking about the insects. Yeah, weren't you rooming with like 9 people? You could have used their bodies for residual warmth, but, you know, if they were more roach-like, maybe not. Were there actual bugs, though? Or just bug-like creatures? Bug-like humans? Come on, guy. Come on, you're killing me here. Alright, I'm getting a buttload of 7s, and that's all there is to it. I'm getting a couple of 7s, and that's all there is to it. This is gonna work. Okay, I froze this one. Don't you remember? I guess it doesn't really matter now. Those some good 7s, yeah, those are good. We should hit the most useless targets there. Yeah, maybe hitting him in the face for 4 ends up being good. Hey, Bad Bumble, thanks for the 100 bits, man. It's bit collecting time for Redbeard. All aboard the bit train. Stepped on a broom at work and I hit myself in the head. Yeah, you're like Sideshow Bob over here. He still sort of needs to trade, right? Otherwise I'm just gonna conjure it. 1 bit, hey, thanks Dan, I'll take it, man. Everybody gave 1 bit right now, that'd be 830 bits. That's a Chipotle burrito right there. Hey, Gap Puke and Gap Guy. Thanks, Gap Guy, for the follow, man. You just don't want to leave the bed. Now I'm trying to tell people how bad winter is in Australia. How bad winter is Australia here in Switzerland. I wouldn't go near those guys with a 10-foot pole. Oh no. Well, I went out of necessity, right? If the alternative is freezing to death. Shit. Shit. I don't find winter in Australia too bad. It's summer you gotta watch out for. Living with my old roommates would be comparable to you being forced to live with 5 of the most idiotic people that have ever showed up in your Twitch chat. Oh no. Can't you just ban them? Can't you just ban them from the apartment?
My past cannot shame me forever.
There's no way this can be good for him, right?
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
Plays like 7-7. Oh wow. Wow. We lost. Because it dealt 3 to the Stormwind. That's crazy. Okay. I guess it could be good for him. If I top deck a Blizzard here or something, it would have been, we'd probably be fine. But now he's at full health. Oh, what a game. What a frustrating game that was.
What to do? What to do?
What a frustrating game that turned out to be. I spoke too soon? Yeah, that's okay. It was well played there for them, and if the Stormwind lives, you're fine, right? But it didn't.
What to do? What to do?
Okay, he's at full health.
Time runs out on me.
Conjure the Nathrias? I think that would be bad. I'd lose my last card and I'd give him probably 15 or 16 power, and that wouldn't be good. I'd advise against that. Red doesn't know this, but I'm his roommate. No, you're not. Are you?
An incredible
No secret.
discovery.
Okay, that's good. We have a lot of good draws. Now it's an even game. We're ahead, very far ahead right now. He has what is effectively kind of a dead card for him right now. And we have a card plus a draw and a better board. Hopefully we can still beat the Nathrias. Interesting. I guess he doesn't have any trades. Wait, did he ping my face? Oh, he pinged the water Ellie, okay. Three of them? Or two of them? And he trades there. This has to be better. Pretty insane this guy had to have those exact cards in hand to save him. Yeah, he had to have his Scale Claws, he had to still have his coin, he had to have a 3 or less cost card, and the Nathrias as his 4 remaining cards. Which, you know, yeah, good for them, right? Wish he didn't top deck that one. My Death Rattle goes up. Oh, he has his 0 mana Conjures. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess that's unfortunate for us. He could just coin to Nathrias and have not as impressive of a board. Well, having a board matters though, right? He started this turn with no cards on board. And I guess he had the Conjure.
Never temper your passion.
What a tragedy! Better write this down.
It's a little frustrating, but I think that was a good draw, yeah. It's like one turn later and it's not even good enough. This is unfortunate for us, yeah, certainly. It happens. But certainly not my favorite outcome. It's a hell of a game. Yeah, you play it out 100 times, it probably only happens once, but when it does, it's particularly frustrating. Better at 11-2 than 2-2? Yeah, you'll never win that game at any stage of existence ever when those sequences happen. So better at 11-2 than 0-2.